Okay. No, you stop. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. So, I'm putting on my tail because the cat is never complete without her tail. So, I'm going to try not to stick my own butt here. As much as I do love things up my butt, a little bit of humor there. Sometimes I wear the tails. So, actually where it actually, you know. Please go away. Stop it. Okay. So, this is my outfit. Today I'm doing a lot of workout, and then I ate. So I have my digestion flab, but I actually feel really just super fit and beautiful. I did get a little bit lax in my workout. So, anyways, let's see. How's everybody's weekend been? I had lots of fun. For me personally, feel free to comment below. I don't bite unless you ask me to, and if I like it. I'm actually very picky with who I bite. This vampire is very picky with her food. So happy belated Independence Day. I hope that everyone had lots of fun and magical times. Thank you if there are any veterans on here. Thank you for all that you do. And if anybody had your late birthdays, happy birthday. So I know there were some July birthdays. Comment below, what is all consent if you want to interact with me. So, second time a little bit. What did you guys do during the 4th of July? Look at this. Saturday was inside for me. Friday, I went to open mic. With Mercury retrograde, if you ever pay attention to astrology and are into all of that, is super hectic. This week had just been super chaotic, but a lot of inner development and a lot of chance for growth, right? I don't like it when chaos comes in, but you learn to appreciate it and take everything as a learning opportunity. So, I had fun. I dressed up in a red dress, and it was it's something I probably would have worn to a vampire ball just for opening night, and then would have worn something fancier the next day. So, today I'm going to be singing and singing what I sang. So we're going to do it late, because I didn't have a laptop to stream this, so here we go. I'm doing Apologize by Timbaland. That's the cover that I've been practicing, and I did. And I did alright. And then the other song I'll be doing is, hello now. Yeah, right on. I like you. Yes, it really, you start running away from it. It's just going to keep chasing you, and you're going to be forced to grow. It's going to shove you off the edge, whether you want it or not. But hey, thank goodness, cats always land on their feet. So I'm going to be singing Find You by Rule. So those are the two covers. When I pick a cover to sing somebody else's song, which does grab people's attention, psychologically proven that when you sing something that someone knows, they're more likely to be like, oh hey, now I'm drawn and I'm curious about. And after I did those two songs, I did one of my own that has been written while being in quarantine and going through all this. So, yeah. So, I was saying it's important to keep in mind, it's important for me at least, to find a song when I'm singing somebody else's song, it's something that I resonate with, something that I can relate to. So, how many people here have had their toxic relationships? Maybe? More than they care to share. It's okay. It's okay. It happens. All those are learning experiences, right? Everything in life is. Here we go from a mindset of, They hurt me, they did this, no, this happened because of this. And this won't, I can do my best next time to set boundaries, to stand up for myself, to put a little bit of ice out there, or to distance, or do this. That doesn't mean you're still going to run into the same shitty people sometimes, pardon my language. But you'll know what to look out for, and hopefully avoid doing so the next time. And sometimes you gotta keep having the same experience. Like, why do I meet crappy people? Why am I meeting predators? You start doing inner work and self-development, and realize, well, victim mindset. A predator is going to look for someone who has insecurities. You're actually really easy to prey on. From the channeling, If I Were a Predator, which really sweet, actually. But learning how to really step into another person's shoe and realize where they're coming from and what I'm putting out. What you put out is what you receive. I know, it's kind of like also controversial because you're like, oh no, like if you have that response, I encourage you to really delve in. Just saying. So, not all the time, right? But sometimes, that's our mind being called out. Or that's something we don't want to face. Or it's not always what I'm saying, right? So it's up to you to take that in. I'm not saying you have to take it in, but I'm in a mood to just talk about emotional intelligence and what I have been doing to improve myself and just learning and enjoying being single, honestly. It is lonely at times, but I'd rather have unconditional love and someone who loves me for me versus just this lusty body love. Because I do have that energy where people will feel good around me, and I'm a healer, so I attract a lot of broken people. They're not broken, they're just... How would you say that without judging another and bringing out self-judgment? A lot of people have issues. As humans, we have issues. So, I hear you, Ryan. I just need to focus. I'm going to play this song. And, yeah. It's really cool to be on here, by the way. Be a part of this community. Turn around and say, hey, well, it's too late to apologize. It's too late. Well, it's too late to apologize. It's too late. Take another chance, take a fall, take a shot for you. Hey, I need you like a heart that beats for something new. second one is Find You by Rule. The reason why I chose this song is because I'm a singer and a songwriter. It is actually going to my first experience was I toured a recording studio that was in Lakewood, now they're in Evergreen. And it was the perfect scenery for my song that I wanted to release. A couple of songs actually. And then COVID came in and fucked up my world. Let's be honest. It's fucked with us all. I wish it would disappear, but unfortunately I believe that this is also a chance for greater growth and a lot of stuff in our world that is coming out from the seams that has been going on for a while. But it hurt because I had put a lot of work into coming out with me. And so being in quarantine, I felt like I couldn't be myself. I felt trapped and it brought out all this stuff. And I felt like I lost a part of myself. And in the lyrics, which if you listen to them, you'll understand why I feel like why I resonate with the song. And if you resonate with it too, then often it's about finding yourself. And just some of the lyrics cried. I cried at first. I was like, oh my god! It's like that, I'm trying to pretend to cry and reenact that. But it just spoke to my heart. And the song is just beautiful. So this is Find You by Rule. I hope you can actually hear me. How's the quality going on? I can hear the sound of your belly beating hard. Pieces on the ground from a world that fell apart. Oh, just hold on. before COVID. I wasn't being myself. And been trying to find myself, you know. My story has a lot to it. My testimony, what I've been through. And all I'm going to say is everybody has a story. Well, everyone maybe open to clarification, I guess. You're lucky if you haven't felt any pain. Well, I don't know. I don't regret it. But it can either hold you back, or you can turn it into strength, into power, instead of, you know, letting it just here. Instead be here. If that makes sense. So I'm grateful for COVID, because being inside forced me to live in my own walls. I was already pretty much an introvert, but on a whole nother level, and learn to tap into my reality to a fuller potential. So, I'm going to sing a song that I wrote. I think there's been a lot of fear and going into the unknown. If you ever watch Frozen 2, it's like, yes. I saw it. At first I was a lot like Anna in the first one. I love how I see myself in Anna and Elsa in the second one. This is called A New World. As we go into the age of Aquarius, there I think there's been a conspiracy theory on the New World Order, and I'm going to stay away. I'm not, you know, it's kind of a little bit of inspiration about this song and how we are going to, there's going to be a lot of changes in our world that we've all been working hard, and you'll see go into our world, like a better healthcare system, equality on a whole nother level, a greater unity, a lot more, because America is a broken system, but it's also, I had some broken systems and codings and things that I needed to rewire and to reprogram. So this is a song, instead of fear and despair, it's of hope. It's of a new world. We're like the phoenix, you know? And things have to get worse before they can get better. I feel like the world and ourselves are like the phoenix, where we're like rebirthing. And it should be interesting. I'm curious to see what goes on in our world. So I hope you enjoy. The sun is rising from behind my rocket tops. Another day sparks motion. The song's for you, if you feel it too. Beautiful, you're strong, so shine bright. You're beautiful, you are strong, so shine bright tonight. Oh, hello, hello. New world is rising. Oh, it's a new day. Hey, oh, rise up and enjoy this day. Oh, wake up, rise up, wake up, rise up, get out of bed. Oh, wake up, rise up, wake up, get out of bed. A new me rises, something's changing within me. I feel ready for life's surprises. My head is reeling, and all these things that I'm dealing with. with inside, and I felt it, I had to hide. For now I see them all as one rise, leading me to new tides. Oh, shine, shine bright, step into light, the hope and the strength and the might to not give up in this fight. In my day, in my night, I feel at peace. For I am life and serenity and divinity and unity. 'Cause I am me. If you're tired of more bullets fired, if you've been abused and you've been a ruse, and you think maybe you're a bit obtuse, oh, shiny light, join my hands, we'll form a merry band, rise up and take a stand, we'll rise up and take a stand. Oh, such a world full of love and light and peace. We dance as one, 'cause we know the battle will be won. Come dance with me, together as one. We can be in the land of the free. So yeah, there's a lot in the song. It talks a lot about our world and myself and where I see this going. All that I'm going to say is focus on the positive. Fill yourself with light. Keep focusing on the negative. It's gonna get toxic and depressing, and trust me, from someone who knows, but I love this song because it talks about, I'm coming out with my voice, sharing the knowledge that I know. This isn't really knowledge, but in other videos. And I'm using my voice. There's a lot of feminine power, as well as masculine, not just there's a lot of feminine power that is coming out. We have a lot of feminine leaders, a lot of feminine teachers. So if I don't say masculine, it's not like I'm not saying you guys. Now is a time to really think about what you want to do in life, and then go for it. Be fierce. I want to be a famous singer and songwriter. I have to do the work. Started a job, and I'm not going to live in fear. I'm going to be wise, yes. But I almost didn't go to open mic because I was waiting for the conditions to be right. And why I'm sharing this is because don't wait for things to be right. When you feel like you should take a leap, go. Know that, for me, it's acknowledging that I'm not in control. So it was a lone tree. I didn't know if they were going to try and, I felt malevolent forces in the air. So I didn't know if I wanted to go in the light rail down on Denver, right? But if I let fear of this virus, if I let my own resistance, which when you get into self-development, there's a great book called The Art of War. Sorry, not that one. I don't have it with me. The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. That's actually funny because I usually say that and it's like, no, it's not The Art of War. It's The War of Art. If I got hurt, if something happens to me that was just the universe, you can't control everyone. You can't control whether you can get the virus or not. I could wear my mask, I do. But I'm gonna, I could still catch it. You can always be prepared, but my life is in the hands of the universe. I can do my best to protect myself. I forgot that you can't bring a katana on the RTD. So I was like, oh no, I'm holding a weapon. I hope the police don't get mad at me and give me a ticket or something, or arrest me or think that I'm the malevolent. And on the way back, when I was having my red dress, it said no swords, and that's after I'm gone. I was like, right, yeah. That was my protection. I also had other daggers inside that I would use in case someone tried to do something. You never know, right? But if I held back, I wouldn't have had the awesome experience. If I let fear, if I let insecurity of this, and this do this, that would be death. Literally, soul death, like not being who you are just because I'm afraid to catch those fires. And I think I've already had it, honestly. So I'm obviously going to get tested for antibodies, but I had a really, really nasty, thing back in November, had a cold, I was super exhausted, and then I got the cold, the flu, and then the stomach bug. And usually I get sick every 4 to 5 years. So it's about time that I got that. But man, that was gnarly. And I know that my body is strong, and as long as I take care of it, I'm going to be fine. And I know it's not my time to die. How do you know those things? Well, you choose your soul's journey. You really do. So I know it's going to happen, and I know that I'm going to be famous. I know that I'm going to change the world, and money is power. So I'm going to use my money that I make off of doing what I love and being myself to inspire other artists someday. People are going to be a gateway for me. I'm going to go around and be a gateway for other people. I'm going to, use the money to clean up our earth and put time and project into these, helping teach other people to connect with Mother Earth and learn how to respect Earth and support activists, people who are into food justice and cleaner waters. No one else won't, but I will. Right? A lot of party people, there are some people who are, but America likes to sit in its filth because it keeps people sick. And we like to put toxins and chemicals into our food, which that's effed up. I'm not going to get into that too much, but money is power. And that's how I'm going to make the world a better place, by using that, as well as doing other things that I will not yet talk about yet, but you'll see in the future. And I know that I will do exactly what I need to do. So in the book by Steven Pressfield, The War of Art, it said, navigate yourself by how much you feel resistance. I felt so much resistance. But I went, and I was fine. I wouldn't have been fine if I didn't go. So if you want to do something in this world, research, work on it. You're going to stumble, but then you're going to get stronger every single time. No, it takes time. It's going to take a couple years. Right? I'm just a student. I'm just learning how to, a student of the universe, and, exploring options, and just started doing open mics again, So know that, be patient with yourself, be understanding. Don't let this hold you back. Well, it's not even the virus, it's you who's holding yourself back. And once, at least I realized that, I was like, oh wow, okay. Wow, that's surprising. I'm my biggest bully. I'm the person that's in my way. So how do I get out of my own way? But look, this world is yours for the taking. It is so ripe with opportunities right now. So finding ways to dig in and tap into that is key. And it's just going to be scary. I don't know what it's like for you, but your experience may be different, right? I'm not doing the world we live in like a lot of other people. I don't get an average job working a day because the world says we have to work. No, I'm an artist. I've had people say, get a real job, you have more stability. And trust me, I have done that before. I worked at restaurants, I worked at horse stables, worked at an ice rink. The ice rink was fun. But if I'm on somebody else's schedule instead of working on my own schedule, I make jewelry. So I make custom pieces. I've got these awesome gemstones from New Mexico, from a cool person. So if you're interested, DM me for a piece. I do custom pieces. Got a lot of cool work. So, I have to do work and get pictures and all that stuff set up, and then I have to, work. But regardless, you don't need to hear that personal stuff on a public video. When I start doing what I want, when I want, I do what I love, and I make money off of it. And that's what's important to me. And it does mean I'm definitely, well, I'm still stable, but I'm not making money as quick as, just getting a job, doing the same thing. Here's your paycheck. This is when it's out. But to me, it's worth being myself than sacrificing my time to work for something that kind of underpays me. Regardless, be who you are, seek it, know that when you decide on something, when you commit, the way will be shown to you. You will find the way. It sounds like you found the knuckles. Do you know the way? But we're going to end this video. And, so I'm also going to be uploading this for my YouTube, so I hope I can download this video. Crap. I was going to tell you guys if singing the covers worked. And yes, it did. I got a lot of heads to turn. I was the first person at 6:30, so there wasn't a lot of people. Actually, if I would have waited a couple minutes for different slots, because you get 15-minute time slots, and I would have had more people, but it was good, because I was the opener. Again, I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to get in there, then get back out, right? So I was like, I'm gonna do what I do. And I stayed for a little bit and talked and had a beer and a panini, and vegetarian panini, and it was super good. They have a yummy vanilla porter. Just like yummy. So, yeah, it's like, yeah, I treat myself. Not quite sure when I'll be on the internet next time, but we will see. And yes, it did work. And so I wanted, because I wasn't able to stream, I wanted to play the songs for you guys and for my Facebook community as well as my YouTube communities. So people on YouTube, don't forget to do the like and the subscribe if you like my videos. It helps get them out there, as well as subscribing and clicking the bell button. Something I do love about the bell button is you can actually have like all videos or personalized videos, which is a nice option because my channel has a lot of we'll be having a lot of different categories which will be under certain playlists. So it's kind of cool that when I have subscriptions, I can do like personalized or just do all of them. So anyways, don't forget to do that. Much love to everyone. Be safe out there, have fun, and live your life. Live it up to its fullest. One more thing. I've been learning a lot from Stoicism, and I think a lot of people need to hear this. I feel a pull to talk about this. So you are going to die someday. There's an immediate lesson that we learn called memento mori. Moments mortem. Moments of death. Someday I'm going to die. But right now, I'm not dead. I'm dying, but I'm not dead. Because your body starts to expire. So instead of focusing on, and no, what if I catch this virus and I die? No. Live your life while you have it. Because the next day is not given. I may have a feeling that I know when I'm going to die. But I never know. So don't spend your life being in fear. Make the best out of it while you have it. Enjoy your life. Be grateful. Saying affirmations. Focusing on what you have instead of what you don't have. You have food, shelter, clothes, basic necessities, water, be grateful. Don't focus on losing all of that. Focus on what can I do for myself right now? What do I want to do? I got stuck in that for a bit. And then I had a near-death experience. Went into heat stroke, heat exhaustion, then heat stroke. And memento mori was literally brought to my reality. Heat stroke, eventually you start shutting down. And I was ready to go. Then I woke up. So I was crying out for help. No one came and no one was able to. So anyways. There's still a little bit of emotion there. But all I'm going to say is I didn't die. I chose to come back. I'm not going to go to the ER. It's like, no, I don't want to go. Don't call the ambulance, right? Because they don't know me, so it stressed me out even more. And I had an anxiety attack, and I couldn't breathe, and I just didn't want to get up. But something they did was have me sip water. Then I'm going to show you a trick here. Because, you know how we hear stuff about, Monster drinks and energy drinks. She gave me some of this. This is a Monster Rehab energy drink. It's non-carbonated. It has all these ingredients that help you, as well as it has glucose and magnesium and other stuff. So, this is not health advice. I'm not saying you should do this. I'm just saying what they did for me. And they're saying, well, if you don't get better off of this, then we're going to have to call 911, which that makes sense. And I had a rag on my face. So I drank some of this, and I feel like it gave me glucose and all that other stuff, and that helped me come back and help my body kind of get that energy it needed. Or there's something, they're saying it's for glucose, because it does have glucose. I was like, what do you mean by glucose? Like, and electrolytes, seriously, like, I was like, what? Like, how is this possible? It's something that I usually hear, like, stay away from energy drinks. But then I was eating, and I was fine. I was super exhausted, and then I had really weird dreams, because when you start dying, your body releases DMT, so. Oh, man. And then, so it was Saturday, and then that's Tuesday. Not this, that was a couple of weeks ago, right? Tuesday. Oh wow, Ray, yeah. I'm gonna read more about your saying in a second. Thank you for commenting. That's really cool. You have some really cool stuff for what you're saying. I'm glad you were interacting. I'm not quite sure if people are even seeing this. Regardless, I said sorry, we're having trouble playing the video, but I think it's still going through. So, after that, a couple of days, I was fine, and I was down in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, going from down here to sea level. I've been to the East Coast. I've lived in Connecticut for a few years, but South Carolina, or wherever Myrtle Beach is, I think that's South Carolina. It's like a whole nother level of hot and humid, and there's so much oxygen in there that I really felt like I was getting a brain high from all that. I was like, whoa. And just all the humidity. So it's cause and effect of not drinking enough water, and the hotel we were staying at, their water wasn't very good. So, and my card wasn't working, so I couldn't get water. So that, make sure you drink water. Okay, but also, like, don't drink too much, because you'll drown yourself. Anyways, it's very, very fascinating. So the Tuesday, then not the Saturday after that Tuesday, but the next Saturday, I flew back home. So then going from sea level to Colorado mountain elevation, I was like, oh, I already feel that. I was like, I'm so tired. And then my AC was shot, and so that just had even more anxiety. I was like, I don't want to overheat again. I don't want to go there again. Because the thing with this AC unit is it has the motor that controls the hot air and cold air. It still has Freon. It has the coolant. And so the Freon always leaks in my apartment. So even now, the AC is shot again. So it's not blowing out cold air. So I have my fan on, and I have a rag that I'm going to be using to regulate my temperature. You know, just because it's like at 77, which that's fine, but it was at 80 degrees. It's like, it's hot. I mean, it's fine, you know, it'll be okay. But I had to have them fix that, and they're like, well, it can only be an emergency if it's 80 degrees. So I'm just like, fuck that. But now it's getting used to elevation again, and then slowing down because I'm very, very active. You want to see my guns, guys? I actually have, like, muscles. They're not strong. I mean, they're getting strong. I started working out again in taken martial arts. So that's really cool. I have my katana and practicing the art of the draw. I do like this katana. It's very, very special to me. And I walk everywhere I go, my katana goes. Just not everywhere, but it's like a mindfulness. It's like a reminder of where it comes from and what it means to me. To be very, very purposeful and direct, and use martial arts and the mentality and philosophy and other aspects of my life. So, yeah, it's really cool. But it's been quite a challenge. It's been so many trials actually. And then after that, I had some other stuff happen, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, there's just no rest for this kid. And then on top of that, all the damn retrogrades. I'm not complaining, but I've had no sleep. And I need sleep. My sleep has been very restless. And that's also because I'm a psychic medium. So if anybody else, or just a medium, when you have different energies that want to talk, if anybody else is a medium, good for you. You know what it's like, maybe. Medium channels spirits, as well as you can help with the crossings of other souls who haven't yet departed. And so I had this one energy. It's like, I don't want to let go. And I was like, what the heck? Like, why do I feel this internal, but it's external? So learning what is internal of me versus of someone else is helpful, because they'll want to latch on and communicate that, and then they need help moving on into the next life. And I don't fully know how to do a lot of that, but I'm learning. So it's something that for a while I was like running away from. I thought by using psychology and doing almost like a, this isn't real because this is an illusion, you could be like, well, and that's disassociation. It's not. You could really make someone who's gifted look like they're crazy. And that's what psychology does to a certain extent. Or you can literally reprogram yourself. So I thought that by finding plausible excuses to avoid being myself, to avoid being who I am, because I do a lot of stuff like that. I just have gifts. Sometimes you just have them. You're born with them. It's really hard. But if you don't listen to them, they'll start getting louder. Which I know that's probably going to sound weird to some people, especially if you hear people who look at this. I'm nervous, honestly, to share that part of myself because of how they'll think. But oh well, it could also be like, well, are you in sleep psychosis because you haven't slept in a while, and and this chick is crazy. But no, there are people who do have a gift to be able to talk to passed on spirits, and I do believe in that. So regardless, I think it's just a gypsy thing. I'm a Romani gypsy. There are people who come from very, very talented blood witches, or we call them witches. I don't really call them witches. I don't feel like I'm a witch, but I would say more of a, I use holy magic. I do other things, but regardless, there are people there who do have gifts, especially when you do the tarot and oracles, and there are seers. So regardless, it's actually really cool. But for me, I thought that by binding and running away from that part of myself, it would go away. But all I'm going to say is when you run away from being who you are, it's not going to work. People have asked me, can't you just turn it off? And I'm just like, no. I've tried. I have to learn to do warding and learn to do mindfulness techniques, because it's just important. And learning how to seek self-mastery over those gifts. So those, natural-born gifts. So you're not seeing a lot about myself and who I am and what my soul's truth is. And it's going to be very interesting to share it. But that's what makes me me. That's what makes Meow unique. I'm a meowgical meow. Meow. I'm a very, very powerful one in that.
You learn how to wield your power. Don't run away from it. That's the lesson. So when I started being like, okay, so this soul needs help moving on with this by doing this, and he's afraid to let go and go into the unknown, and I was like, what the heck? Like, why do I feel this? I was taking this as a learning experience too. Like what he was relaying to me, so there's a masculine energy. There's also like a little girl who wants hot chocolate. So sometimes I'll feel a pull to just do random things, and you'll feel like the soul goes up. You'll actually feel it, and it's something that is around you that kind of like tries to touch you or to get your attention, or you feel like I feel something will try to reach out. It's like, hey, I need help. I need help moving on. I don't know what to do. I'm scared. I'm all alone in the dark. Right? Because some souls just don't want to cross over. And the on the other side, the angels or the Valkyries or whatever people's beliefs are, they'll be there like, I'm right here, right? And they're like, I don't want to go, right? So it's helping this person work through that, and he'll move on when he's ready. He'll take that leap when he's ready. He's well on his way. So it's cool to know that some of this energy is not mine, and it's just my gift, and I'm being forced to use it. Not really forced, but again, I can't run away from who I am. And yeah, so anyways, let's see. I'm gonna end this video, then I'm gonna do another video where I'm gonna do a meditation that I've been using and building. Because meditation is something that I do need to do. I like to do. So yeah, we will get into that one next time. And as always, love and light. Hope you guys enjoyed my songs and the covers, and it's fun to talk. I think it's important for people to see who I am as an artist and what makes me me. Because I am unique. I'm very, very beautiful and can make a difference in my life, my own life, which will go out into my world someday. So, alright guys, have a great one.